clueless against Nomi? Sure. Yeah, actually, we saw the same equipment setup yesterday from two different teams, and I think they used the for 30U instead of a bed chat because you can push that up to G1 and potentially use it as some hull down delay. Also, if it's getting pushed, the position that the bed chat is in right now is somewhat usable as a hull down towards this side. So if there's an overpush over the one line. Talking about overpush, there are 3 113s that are grouped up here. So we might actually see some commitment from Patroclus, Sertali, and Got You Baby. I'm not sure. I think they are waiting for the CS to rotate. Yeah. Yeah, he tried to reach the buildings at the end so to provide some kind of crossfire, but I don't think it was actually needed. You can see the 113s are pushing directly into the S-Conk and the IS-4. Satali dropping now to a one-shot, and I think the focus fire is just really good on the side of Goodnight Nomi here. You can see the tanks are really dropping one by one. Patroclus still full HP, so the repush is happening, obviously, on the hill. In the meantime, 3 tanks now encroaching onto the Super Kong, and the HP difference is already so big that even if the gun advantage would be on the other side, I would highly doubt that this would still be winnable. Yes, best of 5. 4 minute 30. I mean, yeah. The other teams just finished their tiebreaker. So Haichatok won 3-2 against Postro. To summarize the first matches, Holovnici won 3-0 over CSA. So very strong performance. I mean, they didn't make it into the final last time, so now they really want to prove that. Yeah, so Haichatok then on second place with a tiebreaker victory, so 2 points for them, 1 point for Postro for getting the 2 points against Haichatok on Mainz and Tundra, and CSA fourth in that group 1. They will need to get some points in the next rounds. Yeah, Invigo won pretty fast as well against Clueless, so 3-0 against Clueless in the first round that we didn't stream, and Gnomi won 3-1 against Acid. I would say it was a bit to be expected that Invigo and Gnomi would be fighting for first place, and Clueless and Acid would be fighting for third. Yeah, I think a most important thing is that you don't end up in the lower bracket, or you don't end up being kicked out completely. Okay, so the teams have brought a bit of a different lineup this time. So you can see there's the 60TP and an E4 at the same time. So usually the E4 is more towards the back, punishing the cross. On the water side, the 430U and one of the CS usually positioned towards the island. The 430U does what the Bedchat did in the game before, double S-Kong and the VZ55. I think that kind of replaces the initial shooting there on the G1 cross. So you would expect it to be like here, the E4 is somewhere like here or here, the 60TP here, as we saw the same stuff happening with IS4s and mouse tanks. And you can see Twist made it up here without taking any damage. Interesting would be to see, you can see it here, Patroclus also going for the low noise exhaust system. Same as we saw on the Bedchat, and I'm pretty sure that Floki in this, he has the Bond Turbo, so he just said, okay, I will make it before they arrive, so I don't even have to have the camo. Yeah, everyone made it without taking any HP. Ilian now rotating back. Why does Ilian only have 2 marks on the Bedchat? Shouldn't that be like marked in 2015 already? Yeah, now you can see what I mentioned in the game before. The 430U was pushed forward now with a stronger turret, obviously, than a Batchat. You have a good chance of spotting the initial aggression there, or spotting that nobody is left on that position. Two S-Kongs are being positioned to hold the lower side. Obviously, the 60TP can punish the cross as well. And I feel like a lot of teams are somehow trying to run over the 8-9 line recently, and I haven't really seen many teams succeed. I think usually we end up with some kind of rotation. Oh, we actually have the rotation the other. I wanted to say usually the teams would take the 277 and push with at least 3 or 4 tanks, not counting in the Batchat as one of the brawlers there. But it looks like they decided to go for the other flank. So 3 minutes 20 roughly have passed. Yeah, but like take a look at where the VZ is positioned now. So the VZ is pretty much pushed up here. That means he can barely shoot there. And if the IS-4 is pressuring down the 430U, the push will get spotted very late.
Push got halted.
Yeah, I think there was some OBS setup issue. Now you should be louder.
And
I
indeed,
think people couldn't
Patroclus
hear
does
you.
fall. So
Yeah, Patroclus was overpushed by the IS-4 that was first of all positioned in the back. Now the repush is coming, and you can see the full HP S-Kong is in position, and
Elian able to get a full clip here into the middle, but he does bleed gigantically because of it. Down to a one-shot is the Batchat, but the hill repush seems to be successful so far, as all of the 4 tanks have made it up onto the hill.
But look at this, like, only Kavax is pushing into Miku, and Miku is still on full HP, so I'm pretty sure that Miku will be able... Look, the 60TP missed his shot again. So
the VZ can maybe give a clip now.
Yes, but they're buying so much time. The E4 is very separated. So Miku just has to make his... I don't know. Like, he's waiting for his shots. I don't know. Like, he played it very well at the beginning, and then he spent like 25 seconds to
He
shoot
started
Kavax.
off well, and then he,
dropped... I don't know. Okay, so... Twist left the hill. Obviously, he was pushed by 3 tanks and couldn't defend himself. And now you see the defender has a tank advantage, has the HP advantage as well.
And the E4 should be able to pick up Jordan any second now. There we go. That is double kill going in favor of the defenders. And Clueless able to rock home that boat. That was their defensive round, I guess. I mean, yeah, Marcel's still 2.2k HP, but honestly, who asked? He's going to be down and out soonish.
Yep. Okay, so that means that we have a 1-1 scoreline here between Gnomi and Clueless. And that should put us onto the next map, which, if I remember correctly, is Muravanka.
All right. Second, I have to take the lemon out of my Cuba Libre. Ah, there we go. All right. Other results that are coming in. There seems to be a technical.
Yeah, I set
wrong?
up. Just ignore that one.
All right. There we go. Good night, Nomi against Clueless, obviously 1-1. In will go 2-0. So the favorites in this matchup against Acid. Can you fill us in on who Acid is, by the way? Because I didn't watch Qualifier 2.
Yeah, so it's basically some international team. They have like half the team German, 2 Hungarian players, and I think a Romanian player. So there's EXO, Faba, so 1 Balkan player, 2 Hungarians, 3 Germans, 1 French player, and 1 Romanian player. So Lockdown, Logan, Erik, Shoka, Yapami, Animal Has No Name, Faba, and EXO.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like an international team, mixed players that didn't make any appearance in that team lineup so far, but I mean they made it through the qualifier yesterday. I think they played in the final yesterday against Aubrey and won 3-0. So I guess they did their job.
Mm-hmm. Of knocking out Aubrey in the finals, you mean?
Yep, exactly. I mean, in the same qualifier group, we had the international Invil team, I think. That was Verbi, Reaction, Silent. So basically, what was Tropical before. Devi was in that group as well. So I think Aubrey's team kicked out Devi. Los Pipos kicked out the Tropical. Then Aubrey kicked out Los Pipos and Acid kicked out Aubrey's team.
Oof.
So, yeah, I mean, they won 3-2 over random team in in the semifinals. So that was like Hakia, Drazer, and those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3-0 over Tone 5. So let's see what they can bring in.
All right, Pozdro 1-0 over CSA. So I guess the winners of last tournament able to take the first W there. By the way, what happened in between Haichatok and Pozdro last round? We were talking about an upset.
I mean, Haichatok was leading 2-0, and I was already looking to see 3-1, 3-0 victory, but then it came to 2-2 on the second map. Haichatok was able to win the tiebreaker.
So there we go.
Haichatok, bested the winner of last tournament.
All right, now we do see basically Goodnight Nomi here defending, coming in with a nice 4 crown, 277 S-Conk VZN, double bat, interestingly enough. And for the attackers, we also have double bat, S-Conk double crown, IS7 nice 4.
So 4 autoloaders on one side and 4 autoloaders on the other side.
Mm-hmm. The crown bangs are brutal if you're able to get them towards the 1-2 line cap. But
man. Do you see that setup on the bet chat? I would hate to play that.
Oh, good lord. Monka Christ, dude. But the thing is, he does have binoculars, CVS, and vents. So that is the best spotting you could ever get on a bat. So I guess they have some bush figured out from which he should be able to spot the weirdest possible angles, and I think possibly even the whole 2-cap.
But the 2-cap has CVS.
Yeah, and the 2-cap is not on the menu though for the attacking team, as with the double crown I think they already gave it away that they're basically playing for the 1-cap, which is why Elian and Jordan are already there in the crossfire positions.
Full HP, and I mean Kavax and Got You Baby are leaving now. Jordan will spot that in a side script and give probably a shot in the
not
back.
A shot,
I guess he
because,
bounced.
Oh my god, Twist also bouncing a shot. Like Kranwagen backs are not that well armored, and finally Twist putting in his second and his third shot. Kavax taking a brutal amount of punishment. Ooh, Kavak's down to 86 HP, but I think none of the autoloaders have any shots
I
left
think
onto
Ilian
WoT7.
just didn't want to drop to a one-shot, so he stays on 600 HP. I think he also put in 1 or 2 into...
Ilian is reloading currently.
Yeah, but he put 1 before into Sir Jacob, so I guess that's the reason that he was empty. Marcel now in a bit of trouble. The IS-4 there being pushed by Sertali and Jogro. Some damage is being returned here by Twist and Gurski, but yeah, they got out a gun as well, so the guns are even again. Slight HP advantage for the defending team, but a lot of map control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Floki put in a good one into the side turret of Gurski there. The Bedchat putting in the work. Gurski missing the red Bedchat. So Savistar staying a bit out of the shooting range, and there is the overpush. Good punish here onto Got Your Baby in his Kran. The Bedchat in the back trying to snipe onto the Huldan Kong and Huldan Kran, but that's like a very hard task. And Saturday dropping next. Yogro should be pushed over by Jordan and Ilian now. Sir Jacob misses his shot, or I think he actually fired onto the S-Kong instead. So Ilian
was
gets
out of
picked
shots,
up.
but Jordan should be able to pick up Jogro, and then it is basically a 5 versus 3 situation. Jogro even missing his shot here, and it is actually going to be Twist to pick up Jogro. And now the double bat and the S-Kong, they need to make something happen. They have 5 minutes left to play with. They are only down 1000 HP, but it's going to be hard.
I think the problem is that now the VZ can reload, the Kranwagen can reload, and you still have so much HP on those heavy tanks.
Yeah.
It will be really hard to figure out what to do, especially as the DPM S-Kong with only 500 HP can easily just, as Gurski is doing, stay a bit in the back, take a hull on position, and you will basically not be able to pick him up just like this, because he will always hide behind the higher HP ones. And I mean, keep in mind, Sokol is still there full HP, and I don't think anyone will be able to outspot him.
Wait, he shot 1 shot so far?
Yeah, I think he shot 1 onto the tanks that pushed onto Jordan.
Good oh my god. No. I wouldn't want to be the one shooting that Bedchat gun. Like, it must be so horrible. I mean, fully aimed, it should be the same as a normal Bedchat, but like, the aiming in between shots, residential sleeper.
Okay, I think Floki is now approaching Sokol, but...
I mean, in close quarters combat, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, it somewhat matters because Floki has HP boost, and if Sokol is unlucky and he doesn't get a shot of assistance by Jordan, he won't be able to one-clip Floki. Because he has 1950 clip potential, and that's the exact HP of the HP boosted bet. So Jacob is now moving forward. I guess that was to be expected. The S-Kong there has a pretty good position. You can use your gun to block shots onto your Capola. Doesn't get the gun depression. Now Jordan is overpicking. He has the time. Puts in a good shot. Now pulls back. Hides his Capola, which is on the right side from Sir Jacob's view, so a bit behind the ridgeline. Another good shot.
Good trades
here
by Jordan here. Good trades. Normally in hold-down fights like this, the S-Kong should be reigning supreme, but apparently
we
Jordan...
can take a look at his perspective. So
yeah,
I think he figured out what to do. He has to either manage to shoot below the gun, or there's this small area behind the, or like above the tracks behind the turret, where you can shoot.
Zavistar in his Bedchat just took a shot as well by the BZ for relocating. So yeah, it's just Clueless trying to draw out time, probably already talking about their defensive tactic. Even Zavistar getting not Zavistar, even Floki getting spotted for this rotation now. So they haven't even spotted or figured out where Sokol is yet. They have no way to counter him. So I guess, game is over. Just go in. As So Jacob takes another shot into his cupola. Obviously, unangling the cupola just means the 277 with heat has an easy time penetrating. He goes for another shot onto the batchet, but kills the ground instead. And Sokol is going to be the one to pick up Zavistar here. And this is the go signal for the remaining defenders here to just, go onto the S-Conk. Twist now, taking shots by the batchet, is dropping down to a one shot. But as Jordan is going in now, this should be not even the beginning. Like, this is past the beginning of the end for Clueless, at least in their attacking round, but they still have their defensive round to bring them to tiebreaker.
Yeah. That was a very stylish way to end it from Sokol. Okay, so in the meantime, we obviously had some more games happen. Oh, we're already up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, so other results are PSA 1-1 against Postro and Holovnici 1-0 over Heichatok. And that, Invilgo already. Quick 3-0 over Invilgo.
You mean over Asset?
Is it? Yeah. Okay, so round number 4. It's going to be Clueless defending now. And Nomi so far attacking with a 113, I7 double crown, S-Conk, and Batcha. So one tank left to pick.
I will grab a water and I'm back in a minute.
Full of water.
Yep. Okay. I'm back.
Hello back. Okay, round number 4, and we do see a T100 coming out here from the side of Clueless that are defending, so I guess 2-cap not an option here for the attackers. Other than that, on the defending side, we do see Sir Jacob in the CS, then we have the Batchat, S-Kong, 277, Crownbang, and I7. And on the attacking side, we have double Batchat, double Crown, 1 S-Kong, 1 I7, and a 113, and that does look like a 1-cap commitment.
Yeah, I mean, with the 770 format, you can't really bring an ELC, as you can obviously only bring tier 10 tanks, and usually the ELC tries to be the aggressor for this kind of spotting pushes. So with T100s, you have to always take into consideration that the tank is much longer. So if you want to hide in a small bush, you might need to do it in a way that you can only stay unspotted from one direction.
All right, and it does seem like Good Night Nomui was sort of baiting with their setup that they would go towards the 1-cap, but instead they're going all out into the forest, and there's only 3 tanks there really to receive
I
for
mean,
the side
only
of
3
Clueless.
is.
It's plenty, yeah, it's plenty
It's,
tanks committed towards the 9-0, but it is still a big split here going on right now. Actually, it's 4, not 3.
I mean, they have to push onto the IS7 and 277, while the CS and Batchat will probably be able to support them. And I would actually say good read here by Team Clueless.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan pushing
They're
up
pulling
in
more and
the
more tanks because the T100,
IS7. And
the
I don't think he will be happy about what is happening to him now.
yeah, exactly. The 277 and the IS7 will be able to farm him, and we see the defenders doing such a heavy 9-0 line commitment because the T100 was super aggressive 1-2 line, didn't spot anyone, so the Jake was up at that point for Goodnight Nomi, which were attacking, and Jordan is just getting farmed to pieces now because he's in a crossfire.
Yeah, now Ilian is committing in, and you can see the IS7 still full HP. Kavax just took the second shot of damage. Ilian is down to a one shot. I'm not sure if they surrendered already, but Twist now puts in shots into the 277. He should have one shot left, and the 277 survives with 300 HP. Minairos now has the task of picking up the one shot heavy tank there. He hopefully manages to do that. Okay, bounces 1. Bounces 2.
And does the worst
Okay.
play of World of Tanks history, almost, Minaros here in the bat chat. And I think they should be able to clean up the corner still, though, regardless. Because
I mean, maybe they will, but I don't think there is much to still gain here. The CS is already coming, 1400 HP, and Jogro might actually be able to drown Miko here. Okay, he decides to not push him back into the water, but Sir Jacob has arrived now. Yoko will pick up the bad chat. 417 should be an easy kill. Ramming attempt here from Sir Jacob. Kranwagen is being pushed into the water. The next shot finishes him off, and Marcel and his Super Kong can only watch his team dying there. And one thing that I'm wondering is, was Clueless actually dealing more damage in the round before? Because they, like, Gnomi kind of threw away a lot of HP at the end of the game to finish off the last remaining tanks. So there might be a case where Clueless has the round with the most damage.
yeah, we'll have to see. I guess we can open all the rounds and put them into our 5-head brains to quickly calculate. Before we do that, though, we can take a look at the scores of the other matches, which are obviously Goodnight Nomi Clueless 2-2. And there are no other scorelines, actually.
Yeah, so
There is literally nothing.
I guess our game with only 3 minutes and 40 went pretty fast. We have Aichatok versus Holo still running. I mean, Postro versus CSA is 1-1 if I see that correctly.
Yes.
And the other games are over already, so Invergo winning 3-0.
Well, Holovnitsi is still leading over Haichatok 1-0.
Yeah. So basically we have 1-3-0, 2 1-1s now. Haichatok just put a point on the board, and our 2-2 that is waiting for the tiebreaker. So obviously the 2 games here started a bit later, we might be able to jump into 1 or 2 rounds of either high chat talk or CSA versus Postro.
Mm. Do you know what the tiebreaker map is, by the way?
The tiebreaker map is Cliff.
Oh, let's go.
And
Likey.
we will see who's defending there because I mean we can open the. Okay, this is round 4. Round 3. Round 2. No, that's round 3. Round 2. And round. One. So the first attack was 4, 6. Let's say roughly 10k damage. This one more.
Okay, CSA now taking the lead over Postro Pochvich.
Yep. So I would say the 2 Muro games were pretty close when it comes to damage dealt.
Mm.
But
Yeah, we'll just see.
yeah, I guess we just.
Doesn't it say in the tiebreaker who's attacking?
Yeah. Now it just popped up. So Gnomi is attacking.
Okay, so 4.5 minutes. I will be back in 3. And then we can take a look. And after this, either we hop directly into the next games, I guess, or we take a look at the groups actually, what this means before the third and final round.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, looks like the lineup was finalized. Triple CS and 4 times the object 277. Pretty standard setup, I would say. Usually a lot of those pushy tanks are being used for the middle area to brawl. Interesting enough, there are no CS, no VZ55s and no Kranwagens for the side of the defending team. So sometimes we see them being used in this area around the stones there, lower to the ramp. But yeah, Key, what do you think about the VZ55 on Cliff? Yesterday we had Aubrey's team playing with 3 of them, and they completely destroyed
I
one
think the
tank immediately in the
VZ55
first charge of shots.
it's a really nice option because it basically, once the engagement happens, it forces your opponent to directly take action because you cannot allow all of the VZs to reload. So it forces the enemy's hand, sort of. So I really like that. Talking about the setup now, I wouldn't mind to see a couple more CSs actually, but 3 I guess is fine, together with 4 277s, which probably all have turbos. So that is a pretty aggressive lineup coming out of this team here as we hop into the game. I want to remind you all, it's the tiebreaker, so whoever wins wins, I guess. Do both of them have 1 point secured already now? Yeah. Okay. So on the other side, we do see quintuple CS and double 277. So yeah, pretty aggressive lineups. Goodnight Nomi, obviously they will have to play around what Clueless is doing. They will have to find singled out tanks and try to eliminate them before they can deal too much damage. That's basically the game plan here for Goodnight Nomi. And Clueless, they basically want to stick together and just work with the higher HP of the 277s and bring them into the fight and let the CSs do the DPM, because obviously the CSs do have a lot more than that than the 277s do.
Look who's in the chat. Leech Bear came to watch.
What? Leech Bear? Oh my god. What year is it?
I think like 2014, 13, something like this. Interesting split by the team in blue. Gnomi decided to bring 4 tanks now towards the bottom, while driving up with their 3 CSs. Ilian should be able to put at least 2 shots into Sertali or Sevistar. So first connection by Ilian, and it looks like immediately there is a repush coming from the team in red, Sir Jacob and Kvax.
Oh, Kvax taking 1200 damage immediately, but now they need to stop their repush because they're basically driving into hull down tanks. That being said, Jogro and Gotcha also getting pulled in the 277 and the CS respectively. Floki now also joining here, but they're taking such tremendous damage for this play here. They do have the numerical advantage, but we'll have to see how this plays out. Basically 2 CSs against 3 right now here. The attackers will probably win that one, but it is all about this engagement here at the donut, where already Kvax has dropped down. Now Ilian down to 901 HP. We will have to see if he makes it behind the stone. He doesn't, as he does get picked up. And now it's a 3v3 here at the donut, while there's a 3v2 still going on at the hill, and Joker, the next one to drop Twist in turn, dropping out of the game here. It's a 2v2 at the hill, but at the donut, but I think the numerical advantage at the hill is going to win it for the attackers here.
Yeah, I'm not sure why exactly they're not just splitting up the 2 connected tanks of Clueless there. Marcel decided to go sideways. Minairos isn't really using him as cover. I guess he just uses the time to escape. Good shot here. I mean, that was a bit of a snapshot over the rack of his just past buddy. But
another shot coming out from Minairos. He's just gaming on them at this point, and the CSs, they just need to get crossfire positions here on the 277s. I don't know why they aren't rotating further. I guess because they're going to start the cap here now, and this is going to force the hand of the 277s, who cannot really engage Minairos because the double CS onto the hill still has Minairos.
3rd in a row.
Oh my god, yeah. But like the double CS on the hill is basically going to ensure that Minairos is unpushable completely, and Minairos just, shitting on Floki completely at this point.
Yeah, I think he has a bit of a better position there, because Floki had to expose his upper hull, and now Minairos is putting in the hurt, putting in the pain. Also, the other 277 got spotted now, so
Yeah, and
one
Sokol is a 2-shot.
one
so
well-aimed shot should
Oh,
seal the deal. 3 HP
low roll.
left. Nice
He
idea.
denies him the ram.
Nice idea.
He denies him the ram, so he does get one shot more into his butt, Minaris, but he should be able to pick up Floki here. He's been playing well so far. He takes another one, but he's able to secure that last shot into Floki, and this means that we do have Goodman Nomi winning 3-2 in the tiebreaker against Clueless.
Yeah, I mean, this leads to two teams being on 5 and respective 6 points in the group 2. I guess
They're probably going to battle it out next round then, right?
Okay, so Postro versus CSA goes to a tiebreaker, while Haichatok takes the lead against Holovnici.
Yeah, I guess we go into... we'll see what pops up first.
Well, Haichatok versus Holovnici started already. That means that will either end or the tiebreaker will pop up after we already joined it. But I guess I can quickly open this. Yep, it's updated already. Okay, so let's change the scene. You will tell me when the tiebreaker is there.
I will do so.
And there we go. Okay, so this is the situation in Group 2 right now. Invilgo won 3-0 over Acid and also 3-0 over Clueless. They are sitting on 6 points and are confirmed in the upper bracket. Same goes for Gnomi, 5 points. The result we just saw was 3-2 here. And yeah, Clueless secured a point, but that won't help them
against Acid. Yeah, even if Acid wins the tiebreaker, they're still third.
Yeah, because of the direct comparison. So yeah, Acid has to win the round against Clueless. Obviously, there is no draw anyway. So as mentioned earlier, those two teams will play in the next round against each other on Cliff, Steps, and Himmels. The winner goes to the lower bracket, and Invigo versus Gnomi will be fought in the match for first place. Here we have a bit of a different situation. Haichatok was 2-1 up. I think this was a 2-2 right now, right? So CSA is that on 1 point now, Postro on 2. Both of them can add 1 additional point to their score. Haichatok is on 3 already because they secured a 2nd point. They might secure a 3-1 victory. That would
tiebreaker is up, by the way, Postro against CSA.
Yeah, so if Haichatok wins the 4th game, that would mean they are 3-1 over Holovnici and put themselves into first place.
Why are they all called Conrad, by the way?
Yeah, that is... so I think the Conrad with a 4... No, the Conrad with a 0 is Profutze. And the Conrad with a 4 should be Keeper, aka Kopernik. Yeah. Don't ask, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can go back to the gameplay scene, and there is the tiebreaker. Okay. This is CSA versus Postro. Don't put them the same colors. Okay. 3 minutes. Map is Cliff again.
They did do pick and ban though, no?
Some teams
Or
did.
did Saka just say I don't want to play
I
Tundra?
think 6 teams decided to just ban a map, and 2 teams picked against each other and banned one map for the other games, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone was able to basically pick one map that they don't want to play during the group stage. HRTalk versus Holovnici goes into tiebreaker as well. So if we have a fast cliff game, we might be able to jump into the other one.
We'll see. Okay, 2.5 minutes remaining, and we already see probably the game-losing tank here, picked by TwinFed.
I see it as well.
Why STB? Why?
Yesterday we had 1 STB in total, and guess
It lost.
how many victories there were.
Trash tank.
0.
Okay, so we do have the 22277. I would like for all the 3 Conrads to play it, but I guess, Pozdro doesn't want to do that. Then we have 2 CSs, 1 STB, and a TVP to finish it off. TVP probably to punish the cross up onto the hill, as per usual, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute 40. No other results yet. Who is defending in Pozdro against CSA?
Obviously Postro, because they're named first.
Okay. So I guess the longer this game goes, the worse for CSA.
I mean, it hasn't even started yet.
Still holds true what I said.
Okay, I'm setting up the next battles already.
Okay, 10 seconds, and we do see CSA coming in with 22277 for CS63s, which is, I guess, sort of a fine lineup. I like it better than the lineup with the STB, but we'll have to see. Obviously, the STB can still do a big DPM, but since the armor on that tank doesn't hold up at all, you basically have to make sure that you don't get shot at. Interestingly enough, the TVP by the defending team getting sent towards the 1-2 line, he's not going to find any success there because the attackers are just sending everyone towards the middle. So I guess 6-1 split going on for Postro. Meanwhile, CSA with Davai Centro. Also Yosi with the CS getting split off now down towards the D3 rock position. And I guess it's all about the CSs in the middle now that are starting to clash. Kubash already taking one shot by Frawley here, and Kubash even getting blocked by Timfed in his STB as the 277s by CSA finally arrive in the middle. However, they are in sort of a crossfire, so they need to make something happen. As long as the TVP is out of the fight, which it won't be for much longer, DJ Wheat on the prowl there, getting ready to do the big outflank here into Hakako and Cosmo. And indeed, he's starting to take aim. First shot does connect, second one as well. And that is a full clip coming out from the TVP here.
But the push is coming in. Sakalito now pushing onto the two Conrads together with Golder and Unlookin. The HPs are still slightly in favor of CSA.
Timfed on fire in his
but
STB,
now,
by the way.
Kubas is being pushed over. Ondra has to get into the game. He's still on full HP. Cosmo should be able to pick up the next kill. Kubas drops as well. Conrad on 1600 HP and the other one on 600. Unlookin is being pushed by two of the Conrads now, but CSA has a firm gun advantage.
CSA indeed able to convert that gun advantage into another kill, and now the Conrad with the last tank in the middle here for the side of Postro does get picked up as well, and suddenly there are only DJ Wheat and Jose left in a 2 versus 6 here. Jose can't even leave his position there, is getting crossfired by one of the CSs, and that means we will probably have ourselves an upset here as CSA firmly now in the lead. Only DJ Wheat still full HP for the side of Postro, but what can he realistically do? Let me tell you, not a lot, as Unlookin already pushing onto him with the 277. DJ, we can't even one clip that 277 anymore as he is on a one shot, and Yosi does drop here. So DJ Weed, the last guy remaining for Postro, but he's not going to be able to bring this one home for his team, as CSA is going to take the tiebreaker victory against Postro.
I mean, you're saying we have an upset here, and I was already upset when I saw the STB. So I guess we have two upsets here.
That was.
I'm no longer upset because the STB lost.
The STB lost again. It's fine.
Yeah. But talking about the STB, I think the reasoning that is being made there is that the STB usually takes over the positions that you would put an S-Conk or a Kranwagen in, tanks with good gun depression, and those tanks are just not fast enough in the middle. So the STB is able to reach the position where, a Kran or an S-Conk would just be too slow. I would say in 15 versus 15, everything is just a bit more focused on using the full, the full space of a map, and not only the area that are important to capture or defend the two bases. So usually, like a chieftain can replace, or like a group of chieftains can replace a group of STBs. I don't think we ever saw a group of STBs.
What do you call a group of STBs? Like a flock or a school?
Platoon? I don't know.
Platoon? I hear rigging going on.
Okay. So I would say we skip on the Holovnici Haichatok tiebreaker.
What, really? There's only 1 minute 30 left.
Well, there are 3 minutes left to the Gnomi versus Invilgo match. And that's the match for first place.
Oh, Sag.
I mean, you can watch the Holovnici versus Haichatok, and I watch the Gnomi Invilgo later, and we switch to your scene.
Okay, yeah, let me switch on not my camera.
Nobody wants to see your camera.
Yeah, true. There you go.
Okay, let me make sure that I'm in the right game. Okay, so I am in the Gnomi team. Perfect. Okay. So
Okay, so 30 seconds remaining. Haichatok attacking, and we see Holovnici defending here on Cliff once again with double CS, Batchat, and quadruple 277. So let's see.
Okay, so I am taking your feed now.
All right, tiebreaker in between Haichatok and that was Holovnici, right?
Yes.
We do see as I said, 4 277s, bad shot, and double CS. On the other side, HiChaTalk coming out with a Kran, 4 277s as well, and double CS. So basically trading a bad shot for a Kranbang, which means hold down power and lower burst damage for basically speed and higher burst damage on the bad shot.
Yeah, Monster played a lot of bad chat already in the previous WoT7s, so guess he knows how to put in his gun and make sure that he stays relevant.
Alright, we do see the split, all 277s getting sent towards the 1-2 line here by the defenders, and I think I need to switch over to someone from this team here, right? So the HP mod counts it correctly. There we go. And it is going to be a clash here around the donut. The Kranbang and the CS are not going to have anything to say in this matter, as the 277's already clashing here in the 1-2 line, ramming each other. Lucky doesn't want to let this 277 go up here, as Marches is down to a one-shot, immediately gets focused out. So good stuff here by the defenders from Holovnitsi that are already able to single out a second tank from the defenders, and that is a 5 versus 6 gun disadvantage now for HiChaTalk.
Yeah, HiChaTalk has the upper ground. You can see those Kranwagen, double CS, and the 277 on the ramp holding the positions there, but Piotr keeps his gun in the game. He is sitting on a 2-shot still, 4-1 tanks, 3.5k HP up already for the Polish team. And yeah, the fact that they were able to really single out the guns at the beginning made this such a easy game for them. And yeah, 5-1 scoreline already. This might be one of the fastest game on Cliff that we have had so far.
Yeah, indeed. Sunny here already raising his gun, admitting defeat, and we can fly over to see how Kreia is doing. Probably not much better, as he even bounces a shot onto Call Me Piotr. And yeah, that was Invil Holovnitsi reigning supreme here in a very, very quick decider on Cliffs. Okay, I guess switch over to your scene. Oh, I still have.
I mean, you still have a bit.
I still have a bit of time. Lul.
Okay, so
which one are you in?
Invil Go versus Gnomi.
All right.
I think if you want, you can set up a prediction for that one. We will watch all 5 games for sure.
Okay.
And there's no spoiler because the matches were known already. Okay. Cliff and both teams with the same lineup. 1 bad chat for both teams, double 277 and 4 CS63s. That is interesting. Both teams like exactly with the same decision there. Interestingly enough, because of field mods and equipment selection, Senti not having field mods on the 277.
It's
Yeah, slight HP advantage here for Gnomi, but I guess that will not make a big difference in the end.
Okay, and for the team of Goodnight Nomi, we see everyone heading towards the middle. Meanwhile, Invil Go going with a slight split, double CS down towards the lower side, and everyone else getting sent towards the middle as well. And not actually sure if I like what Goodnight Nomi is doing here. Yes, they get Miko into position, but now he needs to leave siege mode and make sure that he doesn't really get anything anymore. But big
immediately.
overpushing in the middle.
Realized that the 2 CS in the donut were not there immediately to support them. Ketsai and Soka there being a bit left alone, but Soka is still alive somehow.
Yeah, he's gonna not get one more shot into Jordan, who is now going to make his way up the hill. He takes one more shot into his backside by one of the CSs, but he does make it onto the hill just fine. But yeah, in will go now with a gun disadvantage here, but they do have the crossfire double CS from Donut. They weren't even able to pull their 277s to the middle quite yet, which is what they are doing now. And Minaros with his Betchat is starting to flank around the hill. That is going to be an important thing moving forward.
Yeah, Sokol got spotted, so if he goes there, they will for sure know that he will go around the hill as well. But yeah, we will need to see if Invil Go can stabilize the game. They just lost another shot of HP on the CS of Rishik, but it's definitely not over yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ketsai has to pick up Jordan now. Jordan not able to convert his shell. Minairos put in 2 good shots into Ketsai, but Marcel is pushing up now. It would be very good if Never and Rishik can support there a bit. One shot connects onto Marcel. The 277 shouldn't immediately have the gun depression, so Ketsai might be able to put in one.
Overpush in the middle though, like the 277 seem very, very poised to go.
Are aware of the fact that the Batchat is not really in the game, and Miko now also has to pull back. So I'm trying to get all the action. Miko has to drop, decides to leave the position. That means he is out of the fight for now. Ketsai is being chased around Marcel, and I think he's doing a good job. He is only on a 1-shot, and Marcel has significantly more HP, but as long as he keeps the gun in the game, as I was speaking about it, the HP doesn't matter that much. Twist now in a bit of trouble. Never and Rishik should have shots onto him. Marcel should return fire onto Rishik any moment. Twist is being picked up. Miko still out of the game. The HPs are even, but the 1.4k HP completely on the lower side is not being able to really contribute. So
Rishik now even taking a crossfire position for if the 1-2 line gets taken by the 1400 HP CS, but I think Miko is just there to annoy Never from the back. And Punch Fury now also making his way onto the hill in the 277. So I think that Goodnight Nomi, they need some... Oh, Miko getting set on fire by Never. That is a huge shot coming out.
Yeah, so you can see Punch Fury now made his way up, and I think he has a bit of a weird timing because Marcel just left there. Sokol is already behind the stone. So Rishik somehow has to kill Miko. Good shot there by Rishik. Let's change to his perspective because he is the one being approached now by 2 tanks. He is not able to put in another one, and now he has the problem that the Batchat is encroaching onto him. The Batchat should have a full clip. Rishik puts in 1, but should be taken down by Minairos now. Minairos picks up the kill, and Punch Fury now left against 4 enemy tanks. Maybe he can trade well against Marcel. I'm not sure if Marcel just missed or bounced his shot. Punch Fury puts in another good shot. Sokol misses his shot. 3 1-shots now against the 1700 HP 277. And I would say if this would be an attacking round for Goodnight Nomi, it would maybe somehow be winnable. But taking into consideration that we have 3 medium tanks that can just run away, and Punch Fury has like no clue on where they are.
I mean, he might even get unlucky onto Minairos.
Yeah, so with only having his perspective now for a moment,
he does take a shot here from the south.
He doesn't even know from which angle he is safe. So yeah, I mean, 3 tanks running around him.
And the Batchat that just gave a shot from the south is basically, like, he also gave info towards the CSs who are even relocating now. Ooh, he does not connect his snap onto Sokol, but yeah, Sokol is just going to keep on running. Peepo speed. He's just going to try to get away, and you can already see the CS in the north is posted up to give crossfire. So yeah. By the way, do we possibly want to switch matches? Because both those are already confirmed to go through, apparently.
Yeah, but the other ones are confirmed to not go through.
No, I mean group. Switch group.
I mean, the other group hasn't started yet, so...
Oh, okay.
And I think you've set up a prediction, so
Yeah, I can just cancel that one.
whatever makes you happy. So
Yeah, I guess then we go to a group where something is still about to be decided.
whatever makes you happy, Key.
You don't want to know. What?
Okay, Miko crashed. As I said, like if that would be sides swapped, Pansfear might have had a shot, or if he has like 10 more minutes. But yeah, unfortunately for him, this is not the case. Minara should be able to spot him even from the bush up in the hill there. 1 minute left. So
I mean, yeah, they're just at this point playing with their food because Punch Fury is down to 519. I mean, yeah,
Special
Minara's now
puts in one,
spotted.
and Soka kills him.
I guess
Okay.
expected outcome.
Yeah, that was a close game after all. Like if Rishik would have been able to put in one more shot into either of the one shots, then maybe with a high roll he could have somehow made it. I don't know. Maybe not.
So I guess which matches actually decide if something or where something happens.
Okay.
PSA against Taichatok.
So, I mean, we can just take a look at the. We can just take a look at the groups again, right? So. In group 1, we have Holovnitsy confirmed, even confirmed in the upper. No, not confirmed in the upper bracket. Yeah, they are confirmed in the upper bracket because they won against CSA. So.
I guess we watch Pozdro against Holovnitsy because that is the former champions on the verge of being knocked out.
Yeah, we can do that, sure.
Okie dokie.
Okay, I guess we join another game then.
Okay, and map is Himmelsdorf. Clueless against Acid, 1-1. Okay. So I guess Clueless for the time staying alive in the tournament. Either of those teams basically needs a W to go through and be third of their group.
Yeah, so they are basically. Yeah, it's just either they win it or they lose it. Doesn't matter how the other games ended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, 15 seconds, Holovnitsy attacking.
And I know why you wanted to change to this group. They're playing Himmelsdorf.
True. And we see, is this Holovnitsy or Pozdro? This is Pozdro, right?
This is Postro, yes.
Okay, so for IS4s, 150B double S-Kong for Pozdro, and for Holovnitsy we see 5 113s, a 50B,
Yeah.
and a CS.
Well, I
Holy
mean, a taste
moly.
competition they won't win with that setup.
Mm,
At least there's no one, no STB.
hmm I mean, I'm not a 113 enjoyer myself, but yeah.
Okay, so a bit more steel on the side of Postro with the quadruple IS4 and the double S-Kong.
Even if you would say steel in German, it would hold true. Wait, what?
That was Yeah, so a bit more steel and a bit more style.
All right, and we do see the defenders immediately booking it down 1-2 line with every single tank available to them. 50B leading the charge here, being the fastest tank. And I guess this southwestern clash that we saw a lot in the qualifier 1 is the meta now on Himmelsdorf, as we see the CS and the 50B both very, very committed already, and all the
Mentos
113s
is
also coming.
very, very lucky there. 50B was aimed in the other direction. Mentos only took one shot, and now everyone is pushing in. There are 5 113s coming, 4 of them already crossed. Lassini Sarcolini a bit in the back. Holovnici down roughly 1k HP now, and yeah, now it's a lot of side scrape trading here, step by step, moving forward, moving backward. And I'm not sure if the 113 is such a good tank there to push into the IS4s. So Josa now
over the 1-2
is
line.
being pushed on 2, and you can see all those tanks lost some HP already.
Ooh, Monster!
Ooh, Monster being blown up. That's the punishment for not taking configuration, I guess. Conrad there pushes in now onto Lassini Saccolini, who is the second one to fall. Josa is still not dead. Kormi Piotr now being picked up as well. And Timfet still alive. Souza might be able to not pick up the kill. The 50B saves the day. And that's 5 versus 3 tanks with double the HP for Postro.
Yeah, I mean, 279s and 113s both in competitive, you should be mounting a config, because that 113 is basically a driving Amarak, and Monster paying the ultimate price to find that out this battle, as this 5 113 strategy just fell to pieces in the face of all the waiting and side scraping IS4s. T-Shek at this point in time just, padding a bit of stats, does kill, pick up Orzek, and now T-Shek getting sandwiched in between 3 red tanks here. Postro able to take the first round against Invil Holovnici.
Yeah,
was a quick one as well.
Important for them, because obviously the tournament will be over for them if they lose 3-1 or 3-0. And even I think even if they lose 3-2, they're out, because CSA has the direct comparison against them.
All right.
Okay, so
how can you, how is it not possible to win with the IS4 dealing lead damage?
I mean, good stuff here by Tisek. He put in all 3 clips, but yeah, you can see it. The 113's not really holding strong here. Monster was blown up after 2 penetrating hits.
So yeah, don't go without config, boys, at least on 113.
I mean, Conrad being on top. Man. Yeah, please ready up your spectator tank as well. And then we can take a quick look into the okay, and CSA leading against Haichatok. So CSA 1-0 up, and yeah, I will quickly show the current standings. So Holovnici on 5 points, Haichatok on 3, as Holovnici has the victory in both direct comparisons against those 2 teams. If they don't, I think if they don't lose against Postro in a 3-1 or 3-0, they're confirmed first place.
Yes, so they need to go to tiebreaker to be first.
Yes, exactly. Postro needs to get 2 points. Postro has lost both against CSA and against Haichatok. That means if they're even in points, they will always lose the direct comparison. So if Postro gets 1 point and Haichatok gets 0, then Haichatok is still in the lead. And yeah, if CSA, basically the same stuff for CSA. I think you can summarize it in saying Postro has to win against Invil to make sure they.
Basically, the only team confirmed to be in the playoff stage right now is Holovnici. But they don't even know in which place they are. If they win 3-0 or 3-1.
They can
if they
drop
lose
into
3-0, if they lose 3-0 or 3-1, then they might drop to the lower bracket. All right. We see now Postro coming out with a 50B, an triple IS4, a 277, an S-Conk, and a CS, and Holovnici on the other side, still believing in their 113s, 4 of them this time, double S-Conk and a B to cover it all up.
If you want to have the 113 and you decide to opt for the HP, obviously, look, Monster has HP, rammer, stabilizer, because obviously the gun handling is not that great. So you don't have a turbo and you don't have config. So you kind of have like limited profit from the mobility. Conrad, obviously, in the CS should be able to. Exactly, the Conzero should be able to provide some vision there. He was actually not able to spot anyone on the one line. Pulls back immediately.
But I think if he stays for longer, then he risks just getting caught out. And if he has his sound settings...
as of right now, is that Osej was able to spot basically into this area and knows that there is no one in the Windows D4 or D6. And yeah, now they're setting up for potential push here down the 0 line. Bit indecisive.
I think they're just waiting for the CS to join them.
Well, maybe. Do you think the CS can spot the 50B?
Depends. Does he have like optics or something?
I think there's not enough. I think, yeah, we are in row 9 versus row 3, so there is too much space in between. I think there's just, he doesn't have...
Look how much real estate Holovnici is taking, though, in the south. Like, they are already on the 5 line.
Yeah, true. But if a big commitment is coming towards the 2 cap, then all this southern area doesn't really matter.
There is some slight commitment into the 0 line now by the attackers, sending back the 277 and the 50B, however. And there is quite a few 113s lined up to see that.
I think Conrad should have been able to spot them.
So yeah, I think that was a lot of spots being traded back and forth.
Zusa, Monsteryo, Tisek, and Glacini Sakalini. I'm not even sure which Conrad it was. Not this one.
I think it's the actual Conrad.
Yeah, so you can see the S-Conk is spotted on A4, and 2 113s were spotted as well, plus the 50B. Now the overpush is happening with the triple IS4 in the lead positions. And look at the differences here in HPs. Like, obviously, DJ Wheat just lost some, but he started with 200 less HP on his IS4 than...
And he can side scrape much more comfortably than the 113s, because he can just penetrate their upper glacis plate, while the 113s need to hope for a higher pin roll into his shoulder plate. And Cap does get started, but immediate reset, I guess, coming out. No, it was just Yosi reversing out of the Cap. And Postro now even sending their PS behind the IS4, so maybe we see... we see the IS4 Cap shielding the CS. Now double Cap coming out, and only the IS4 can even be resetted. And the S-Conk in the window there, it can't really play comfortably, because the IS4 will be able to penetrate his cupola.
I think he's just trying to spot now, exactly using the spot point on the side. Now he pulls back a bit again. And yeah, the push is being formed. Coming out. One shot tracks Lucky, and in the meantime, 3 of the 113s. But Monsteryo is pushing into...
Oh, he does go in the side scrape position.
That was well done, but I mean, the timing was a bit weird. You can see Zusa now arrived, took basically a shot by everyone as well. The CS is now used as the shield. So initially, it was being he was the one to be shielded, but the
Ooh,
HPs
8-line
are
repush
even
coming out.
now. HPs are dropping for Postro mainly, and Piotr is still not being approached by the 2 tanks in the 8 line. So
Tymfed and Josi in the IS4s on the A-line will not be able to dig out Monster, who's still sitting on a 2-shot, and now Lucky and Glacini are coming in to eat up those HP of the IS4s, and immediately Tymfed dropping down and out of the game here. Lucky now pushing onto Josi with Monster who's side-shotting, and that 8-line repush by the attackers, it's not really going well for them, as Chucky, T-Shag, and Call Me Piotr have all arrived there with a 50B, mainly the deciding factor, able to clip out, while Orzek in his respective 50B is not able to achieve much, now driving in, but it is a 2 versus 7 at this point here, and it's going to be Holovnici equaling out the scoreline. After this quick first round, they will be able to equalize it here, and we are going to be heading to the next map, which is...
Muro?
Oh yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
Okay, so 1-1. Next map is Murovanka, yes. And yeah, we will see how the other games are going, because obviously CSA and Haichatok are also fighting for important positions. Okay, so Postro versus Holovnici, as we just saw, scoreline are 1-1. Osech, he was really trying his best to balance out the HP losses of his team, but a bit of a similar situation as with T-Sec last round. Like, if one tank has super crazy damage, that doesn't always balance out the lack of damage on the other tank. So, Invigo down 0-2 against Gnomi. Clueless winning 2-1 over Acid so far.
I'll go to the toilet, be right back.
Yep, CSA up 1-0. Everything is still to be decided, and if Holovnici puts in another point on Murovanka, then Postro might be in trouble. Okay, so the Murovanka lineup is being prepared. We have 5 heavies so far. When did the... So any moment we should get an update on CSA versus Haichatok. That should pop up shortly before we jump into the next round. Haichatok was defending right now, so if that goes to an end, we will have a 1-1 scoreline. And Gnomi takes a 3-0 victory over Invilgo. That means Invilgo is confirmed second place, Gnomi confirmed first place, and as I mentioned, Haichatok probably a draw. So 1-1 between those two teams.
Okay, and back we are in round 3 in between Pozdro and Holovnici. Pozdro bringing to the table on Murovanka and IS4 and IS7, Krambang 277 double S-Conk and a CS. Meanwhile, Holovnici with a double bat, the triple S-Conk and a Krambang to top it off with an IS7.
Yeah, did you see the other results that just came in?
Nope, I did not.
So Gnomi won 3-0 over Invilgo. Confirmed first place.
What the hell?
I mean, Gnomi won 5-0 in the last tournament over Holovnici, so.
Pepe D, good night, know me, Pepe D.
Yep. And the scoreline between Haichatok and CSA is 1-1. They will head off to Ghost Town now.
All right.
Funny thing is that, and that I wasn't aware of that before I was told by the captains, the final of Qualifier 1 was played between Haichatok and CSA on the exact same maps as they're playing in the group stage against each other.
I guess hopefully they learned a lot from
Yep.
those finals.
Okay, so
Oh.
Jose made it
Oh.
into the important crossfire position, only dropping roughly 2 shots, 800 HP. The double batchet immediately pushes through now. Piotr taking a shot.
Taking 2 even.
Monster encroaching onto the IS-4, but yeah, batchet clip won't be enough for that. I'm not sure what his plan was, but he is double tracked in
down
front
to a
of
one-shot, by the way. If DJ
the
Wheat pays attention, he
IS-4,
may be able... No,
Piotr
Conrad is
being-
actually going to do it.
I don't know, like this batchet YOLO maneuver. I have no words for what happened just now. So, Holovnici is down 3,500 HP. The IS-4 is now approached by an IS-7. Tries to pull back, but there's still the Kranwagen in the back. So
Lucky now even going in, just dropping immediately. T-Shack basically out in the open in his Kranwagen towards the IS-4. And Konrad and Kubaj are now going to do the sensible thing, as Lucky does drop in his Supercock towards Ozek, and DJ Wheat also drops here. But yeah, this strat by Holovnici, it fell apart fairly quickly, I would say. This attack on Moravanka not yielding the expected results. This old school double cap strategy with the bats just completely counted out by the 277. And yeah, Ozek here, insult to injury, ramming the S-Conk to death in a Kranwagen. Big minus for the side of Holovnici.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to spread the bad word, but that was very disappointing.
Don't say the shit word. Wait, what? Okay, so I guess the only positive thing for Holovnici to say about this round is basically that it was over pretty quickly. And hopefully they have something better for their own defense.
Yeah, so this means that Postro is now on 1 point confirmed. Clueless versus Acid is on 2-2 scoreline. They will go into a tiebreaker. And yeah, I don't know, like this batchet, like Piotr didn't even fire.
Paid actor.
And that was I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
If you don't have anything good to say, just don't say anything at all.
Yeah, so I think we will take like 1.5 minutes of silence now, and
just pay respects for the batchet that didn't fire.
Pay respect to the batchets that were just
F in chat.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. After that bit of a questionable round, both Batchets players were assigned different tanks now. Piotr playing the IS-4, double S-Kong, Kranwagen, Lucky now giving his Batchet some time to drive around. Monster in a 430U and Mentos in a T100 Light. Conrad playing a CS, Kubas in the Batchet, Jose in a VZ55, 60TP, IS-7, Kran, and S-Kong brought as well.
Okay, and by the attacking team, we do see a one-cap commitment, it seems like, and also very interestingly, Konrad with the 4 and Kubash both getting sent towards the 1 line to possibly counter any sort of attempt to counter the cap from these positions. Basically, the Batchat with the 2K clip potential plus the CS to back it up. They should be able to take out any tank rushing there, which we do see is not the case here, so Kranwagen and IS-7 are going to make their way onto the cap here. Meanwhile, though, 430U, Batchat, and T100 are clearing out the forest, where the attackers have only the 60 TP, namely Orzek stationed there, and he does take a shot.
Konrad to knock over, like, maybe not anymore, but I think he would have had the time to knock over the trees next to the buildings. But yeah, now obviously he shot onto Tsaki. They know that he's there, and the decap has to happen. In the meantime, we can see the 60 TP is being pushed by the 430U, the Batchat, and the T100. T100 picks up the kill. Monster U took quite a lot of damage, and also the Batchat is on a one-shot now. Batchat has 1 shot left. The decaps were provided. Holovnici is decent in HP still. They picked up the full 60 TP, and Konrad is very low in the cap as well. More shots flying onto the IS-7 of DJ WoT and Konrad. And Holovnici stabilizing the game now with a bit of an HP advantage. 1 gun up as well. So good stuff coming in from the team in blue.
Yes, indeed. The defending situation on the 1-2 line is pretty stable, even though Glassini is on 1 shot in his Kran. Basically, Chucky in his S-Kong can give the cross shots. This is why Konrad in his Kranbang in the cap died. And Mentos in the T100 LT, as soon as the VZ falls, will have complete free play to flank here. There is no option for the Batchat or the CS to peel off for the attacking side of Postro. And Holovnici, after that, very, very bad round on their attacking side, holding strong on their defense, just completely reading what Postro was doing there, even with the 60 TP, probably a big giveaway because it's not a tank that you can cross to the cap, so it's going to be passively holding on the other flank. Yeah, just good stuff overall for the team in the blue jerseys.
Mm-hmm. I mean, now it's pretty much over. You have 2 more guns, the T100 that can't be spotted by any of the tanks, as you know where the Batchat and the CS is. Batchat even gets picked up. Chucky trades 1 for 1 there.
But yeah, at this point, Zusa can just drive in with his S-Kong finish off DJ WoT, and then, you know, we Gucci. Yeah, now Lucky is hopefully being able to spot out Timfed before they find each other. Oh, Zusa actually missing his shot, but call me Piotr making up for the mistake of his teammate. And now Chucky making his way towards Konrad with the 4, who is on a 1 shot because Mentos was able to pick up 1 more shot into him as well. And now Lucky clipping out into Timfed, not getting picked up by the Super Conk here because slight low roll. And we are heading to a tiebreaker.
Yeah, so tiebreaker between Postro and Holovnici. That means Postro can only go up to a total of 4 points. I guess we can use the time to now take a quick look at the groups again. CSA is up. CSA is up 2-1 against Haichatok. That means they secured a point as well. And the Clueless versus Asset game started 3 minutes ago, so we will get an update on that anytime soon as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the group situation. Well, actually,
Oof. Crayons out or what?
okay, so, there we go. So, current situation, I hope it's visible to the people. Current situation is that Holovnitsi is sitting on 5 points, and they have secured another at least +1. So they're at least +1 towards 6 points already. That means they have the direct comparison against both Haichatok and CSA and are confirmed first place. CSA is already +1 as well, so they're on 3 points at least. Postro is on +1, but they can only get +2, so they can only get up to place 3, I think. No, they can only get up to place 3 because either Haichatok or CSA will get 2 points, and Haichatok has the direct comparison victory. So situation is like this: if Postro loses the tiebreaker, they are confirmed 4th place.
Mhm.
That would mean they are on 3 points in total, and they would be 4th. If Haichatok and CSA end up on a 3-2 scoreline, where CSA, they would be both on 4, and it wouldn't even matter if Postro wins.
Mhm.
And if Haichatok loses to CSA and Postro wins the tiebreaker, then Postro is confirmed 3rd place. So yeah, the last match really matters, and I think we will be able to even jump into one more game between Haichatok and CSA if there is a tiebreaker between those two teams.
Mhm. Yep. Currently, scoreline is 2-1 CSA. So Haichatok sort of fighting for tournament survival here.
Okay, so it looks like Postro was allowed to pick the side for their game on mines, picking defense.
So basically,
And
CSA
CSA
needs
picked up the victory.
Oh, there we go. So CSA now confirmed 2nd of the group at least, right?
CSA is confirmed 2nd of the group, yes.
So basically, the game that we're about to watch now decides if Postro is 3rd or out.
Yeah. Okay. Clueless versus Acid is done as well. So that means the complete group 2 is decided.
Mm-hmm.
That means Clueless is the winner of that match, meaning third place for Clueless, second place for Invil Go, and first for Goodnight Nomi. I guess I can just quickly show that.
Do we do group draw today, or?
What do you mean with group draw? This is group stage already.
I mean playoffs. Ah, right. Never mind. I'm retarded.
Okay. So, yeah, as I mentioned, Goodnight Nomi, first place. The only ones that were able to put them on a tiebreaker were Clueless. Clueless on third place. I guess that's deserved. They not only won the tiebreaker, but also got another point from the match against Goodnight Nomi. Asset out. Yeah. In the other group, CSA confirmed second place. Hall of Nietzsche, as we mentioned, is already on 6 because of the 2 points that they made, and Haichatok is now hoping for Hall of Nietzsche to win. If they don't, Haichatok is out.
Yeah, let's see if Holovnici is able to knock out one of the prime contenders to take tournament victory, in my opinion, directly in the group stage. I think they would love to do that, to basically make the playoffs easier for themselves. But Pozdro will obviously do any and everything in their power to not let that happen.
Yeah, I mean, the games so far didn't really end up going well for Hall of Nietzsche, if you think about it. Like, Monster got blown up for like 1.6k or 1.7k in the first game.
And I just rewatched on your stream the first Moravanka game where Piotr did 0 damage. Basically, he got killed right before he was about to fire his first shell because the S-Conk was paying attention.
Yeah, and then, yeah, exactly. That was the next point, that the 277 that drove past the cap kind of countered this double batchet fast cap approach. So this can work if, I think it was it Goodnight Nomi?
It works if you're able to punish the cross heavily.
The Murovanka game that we watched before, where 3 tanks were positioned on the water side, like the IS-7, the 277, the T100 that was covering, and so on. So, yeah, we will see. Hall of Nietzsche coming in with the mouse, the mighty mouse.
Jesus.
Double S-Conk, double VZ, and double CS63.
And I think we saw them playing that mouse already in the qualifier below the hill.
They are attacking key.
Oh, never mind. Attacking mouse, when mouse was meta in Gold League, there were like double mouse 1-2 line strategies, but honestly, as attacker, I have no fucking clue what to do with it.
I'm disappointed by Piotr. He had
one job and he didn't mount Purple Hardening.
I'm disappointed because he had it already on the mouse. Oh. And then he changed it to the 113.
Monster immediately taking a heap of damage here in the cap. But he was able to spot both of the Conrads that were crossing, but that was a lot of damage to be taking. He even does a driving mistake, drives against rocks, tries to gate safe now, and he probably should be able to, but that is a lot of damage to be taken onto one of the designated spotters here, so not the best opening for Holovnici. Meanwhile, though, the mouse is starting to make its way towards the cap. And slowly but surely that march of the elephants is going to come in handy here. Conrad, let's see if he in the E5 will be able to already inflict a toll of damage. No, he does instead hit the water. So that mouse is going to go towards the cap. But to be honest, Phil, I've never been a fan in 7v7 to sacrifice one entire tank to make a cap shield.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's 7v7 with only tier 10 tanks. So you remember the good old times with a no ammo CDC and stuff like this.
Oh, Monster, you're taking another shot down to 27 HP. That's not where you want to be in the CS in the cap. And Lucky in the VZ can't even peek here, getting punished heavily from the 1-2 line. And I don't know, Phil, but this cap strategy with the mouse. Basically, if you pick a mouse, you're already giving away that you're going 2-cap. It doesn't seem to work currently, even though the defenders, they haven't really taken the hill. So Glassini Zaccolini is still able to peek, and his S-Conk isn't getting counted from the d5-6 positions.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea to put Monster there in the cap. I guess he is providing the same capping points that any other tank would provide, but Orsech needs one decap there, and
they could even see a suicide the S-Conk at this point. It
exactly.
wouldn't matter, I don't think.
So you can see one of the biggest issues that we often have is with this strat, if there is an overpush, there is a decap by the way, if there is an overpush on the c4 position and you lose that position, and I don't know why Glassini Zaccolini was pushing forward, he has to get cover from Chucky and Mentos. If they lose this, they will get shot in the back, and you can see 3k HP down already for Holovnici, and this
Timfed
is
even has cross shots into the cap now, so this battle is over, because there's no way to effectively counter Timfed where he is, and he can just provide infinite resets.
Yeah. So Holovnici, I mean, they gave it a decent try. I guess you don't have to give, you don't have to put the bond hardening if you put your mouse sideways anyway. But yeah, Postro taking that round for them. Meaning Haichatok is out. Postro will be in place 3 and CSA in place 2.
Which is crazy. Postro won the last tournament, by the way.
Yeah, so Postro is waiting in the lower bracket. CSA will face Goodnight Nomi, and Holovnici will play against Invilgo.
Okay, so congrats, I guess, to Holovnici for being first of their group. Congrats also to Postro for even making it to the playoff stage next tournament. Next phase of the tournament, actually, which are going to be the playoffs, which I hope you will tune into. There will be special drops next weekend on the World of Tanks channel. Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. respectively, Central European time, and 3 p.m. Brexit time.
I mean, who cares about Brexit time? Okay, for the last thing of today, I will quickly show the final standings. Holovnici will play against Invilgo. CSA against Goodnight Nomi. Postro on 4 points now. Will play in the lower bracket together with Clueless. Haichatok and Acid are out. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. It was a bit of a shorter one this time. Here you have the decision on whom we are going to raid. See you all next week. So, yep. Have a good one, guys.